Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Citizen AY, the platform where we speak truth to power. As ever, if you're joining us for the first time, if you haven't subscribed to Citizen AY, please go ahead and subscribe to Citizen AY, the platform where we speak truth to power. Today, we're going to go over what happened with EMEFIELE just a few hours ago. Well, yesterday evening to be precise. And let's talk about that. And it speaks volume to a lot of real fundamental flaws in our democracy. There are questions that should be asked. Since we don't have an attorney general, the president is the man standing in place. He should really address this issue head on. President Tinubu should really address this, ensure that all of his government, all of his the offices of states, they are all working together. What we saw here is totally unacceptable. There's no excuse for it. And it just shows an underlying a deeply flawed system where people are not working together. They're working as though they are separate, they're independent bodies when they should be working for one entity, which is the government. So it's a real concern. Let's have a listen. This is Sheon Kibaloye from Channels. So we're playing the courtesy of Channels, of course. Let's have a listen.
At the court, operatives of the Department of State Services, the DSS, today rearrested the suspended governor of the Central Bank of Nigeria, Mr. GODWIN EMEFIELE, after a tussle with officials of the Nigerian Correctional Service. EMEFIELE's rearrest occurred on the premises of the Federal High Court in Lagos, sitting in Ikoyi, after Justice Nicholas Owebo admitted he embattled and suspended a...
So there he is. I think he's holding something. What is he holding? Is that a Bible? Is that what he's holding? Is he holding a Bible? It's very interesting, that these people are holding on to something of some thoughts, It's not in sight when they're carrying out whatever they're doing, but now, anyway, it says a lot. But anyway, let's carry on.
Ex-bank chief to bail in the sum of 20 million naira. The judge also ordered that Mr. EMEFIELE be remanded at the correctional center pending the fulfillment of the bail condition. Shortly after the ruling, the SS operatives strategically positioned their Hilux pickup van.
This is really unacceptable. They are both working for the same government. They are in the same country. And there should be true separation of powers. Once the judge made the decision, the DSS should not have been involved in that. They should have obeyed that law. My boss said this, my boss said that. It just shows that there is no respect for rule of law. It's like whoever has the most power will prevails. And I mean, to have a gun, that should be, the sanctity of the court has been invaded by these people wielding guns like that. I mean, our judiciary is compromised, and it speaks volume for what is about to come in the coming days in terms of the court judgment, in terms of the elections. If the judiciary is compromised and cast aside like this, what does this say about the government? What does this say about the democracy? What does this say? Let's watch this.
Using bringing Mr. EMEFIELE to court.
Look at that.
In a manner
look at how they, guns in the court. This should not be happening at all. Look at that.
They wanted to take him back to their detention center.
Look at that. So they are pushing a correctional officer. I mean, they are both working for the same government. This should, it shows unprofessionalism. And this is really something that President Tinubu should really address. Because the team, they're supposed to be working together, but it's not showing that here. And it's a serious concern.
This prompted EMEFIELE's...
Look at that. Look at that. Just look. A shirt being torn off the shirt of a correctional officer. This is wrong. Look at that. Look at that. The DSS, and they are not DSS, they are called State Security Service. There is no such thing as DSS. That's another thing the government should address. I mean, there's a lot of concerns with the whole thing. Really needs a reset. These are, again, you can see these are reasons why those of us are calling for Yoruba Nation, we are justified because the sight of that you're seeing is showing that Nigeria is not a real democracy. We are justified in calling for going for self-determination, going for Yoruba Nation. all of this proves us right. It proves us right. Let's play on.
The lawyers to raise an alarm about their client's planned rearrest.
Look at that. Look at that. Look at that.
This is what.
Look at, they're wielding gun and they're pulling. I mean, this is. I'm lost for words. I'm lost for words.
Let me allow you to take a look at what happened.
Watch.
That is a correctional facility.
And it's going back. A correctional facility officer being manhandled by the SSS, State Security Service. I mean, this is not right.
Being manhandled or engaging in some kind of physical with the DSS officials.
Look at that. 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 I mean, these are, you would think that they're not in the same government. I mean, what is going on? They're like groups of thugs in uniform confronting each other. It is honestly, it just displays unprofessionalism and lack of decorum, and also the lack of procedure, of following due process. This should not be happening. This is it's a show of shame. It is. We have to call it what it is. Let's listen on. Look at that. Just look at that. See? You see? You see? You see? See that? You see that? Look at that. So is he waving or something? He seemed to be waving. What is he waving? What waving for what? Let me just see. I want to let's just see. Seems to be waving. That's a EMEFIELE obviously, but you see that? You see? Man, this is. So I think he was, yeah. Anyway, that's EMEFIELE there. I just wanted to just see. Anyway, holding some sort of what I'm not quite sure. It's holding something. It might be a Bible. You see? Look at that. And he walks into the car casually. You see? You see? He's not even been touched. You see? You see? See that? I mean,
so those are some of what happened today at the Federal High Court.
So I mean, that's what happened. That's what happened, and I'm very concerned. The whole thing really looks bad. Let's hear what Sheun will say before I wrap it up. I'll say for a few more comments. Let's just hear.
In the Ikoyi area of Lagos, as Mr. Godwin EMEFIELE was rearrested. So let's get to the matter of. So
anyway, so that's what he said there. So I just wanted to just really, let me roll it back to where we saw EMEFIELE. I want to just leave that. When it starts coming out, I want you to, I'm going to stop it there. Right, there he is. I wanted you to see, that's what I wanted. I wanted that particular shot of him with his hands in the air. I mean, I don't know, the whole thing, just look at the setting. Nobody's touching him, he's not in handcuffs, you know. I don't know. But those two bodies, the state security service and of course the correctional services people, they need to be working together rather than fighting each other. Again, all of this is showing to us why we are so justified in calling for Yoruba Nation. Self-determination. It shows it's definitely, you know, what we need to continue to speak about, and it's not going to, it will be on the table. for as long as we have this kind of failed governance where people are, my boss said, my boss, and there's no following or complying with rule of law. And I mean, we've seen this in the government. They fail to comply with court judgment. The judiciary is more or less, it's weakened. These are concerns. And I felt I wanted to talk about this. I don't know how you see this. It is a concern. I certainly think President TINUBU should be addressing this. And also, they need to it is more evident that the training, what training are these people in government of the State Security Service, and what training are they receiving? The police, State Security Service, the army. What training? And do they understand what it means to have a procedure in place? And do they understand the sanctity of the court? That the court should be a place of tranquility and order, where nobody goes in and actually wields guns. They're actually, disrespecting the judge, sitting judge. And also the image that this portrays around the world, the image of, I don't know, how do you see it? Let me know your thoughts. You are watching Citizen AY, the platform where we speak truth to power. I just wanted us to discuss this. We might talk about it again on a live broadcast, but for now, you're watching Citizen AY, the platform where we speak truth to power. And again, this is highlighting why we must be participating in our governance on a daily basis. These are things that we must not allow to go. You have the right as a citizen, as a sovereign, to actually call your state of local government chairman, state of assembly members, House of Reps, senators, governors, call them to a town hall meeting and explain to them that what you're seeing happening by the state government, state security service against the correctional services and all of that, and oppressing and wielding guns against each other is totally unacceptable, and it is something that you want your government to address. And they're not showing you a true democracy, and you can raise these concerns as a citizen, because don't forget, as ever, you all know what we do on this platform. We are here to empower you with knowledge, to make sure that you know your rights, and begin to encourage people to really actively hold their governance to account at every level. For too long, we've ignored things. These are things that affects ourselves, because when these kind of things happen, they're sending a message that in every community, it's okay to do this, and it's never okay. And that is what you need to confront. And that's why we are already urging you to be part of this, be actively participating in your governance on a daily basis. So let me just put this up. So I'm going to just do that. Okay, so now I want you to know, that's not the one I want after. I want you to know this section, and it's very important that you know it and share it as we go along. You need to know that as a citizen, you have rights. And those rights must not be trampled upon. And it is in speaking up. That's why we always bring this to you, that you know that, as a sovereign, you can talk on any subject, and you must talk about it. You must begin to participate in your governance. We need to encourage you to do that. Even when we go for Yoruba Nation, this is something that we must encourage, because we need our active participation. It is we, the citizens, who will put the government in check. Our role is to put them in check, put our governance in check by participating, questioning them, demanding questions and answers from them, demanding they do what we want, because ultimately sovereignty belongs to the people of Nigeria, from whom the government, through this constitution, derives all its powers and authority. And of course, the participation I've talked about, it's enshrined in the constitution. The participation by the people in their government shall be in accordance with the provisions of this constitution. That means that you have a right, as a sovereign, you have a right to participate and question any and all government officials, elected officials, appointed officials. As a sovereign, we need to do it collectively. So every member of the community, of each of the local government areas, you need to know that you possess a power of sovereignty. Standing together in each community, you can exercise those powers on a regular basis. And indeed, you must begin to exercise it on a daily basis to be able to get the good governance that will then give you infrastructure that you need: road, water, light, schools, bridges, healthcare, safety, security, and so on and so forth. So, ladies and gentlemen, you are, of course, watching Citizen AY, the platform where we speak truth to power. Before you go, I urge you, please subscribe to Citizen AY. Let's hit that up here. So I want to show you that. Please go ahead, subscribe to Citizen AY, subscribe, hit subscribe, then hit notification button, and of course give us the thumbs up. We really appreciate your support. Please don't forget to share this broadcast. What are your thoughts? Does this shouldn't President TINUBU immediately call a press conference and talk about the need for all arms of government to actually work in a professional manner and not be able and not do what was happening yesterday? It's unacceptable, and they're having guns. If that gun had gone off accidentally, I mean, we'll be saying something different. Really, really concerning. So I don't know what your thoughts are. Please leave a comment. Let's hear from you. You are, of course, watching Citizen AY, the platform where we speak truth to power. Thank you for watching. Please share this broadcast. Thank you for watching. As ever, the fact that we are talking about Nigeria doesn't mean that we on this platform and on this Duet video have forgotten about Yoruba Nation. No, we are using everything that we're bringing to you to make you aware of why we are justified in going for Yoruba Nation. Because what we currently have in Nigeria now is not functional as it should be. And those are the reasons that justifies our call for self-determination. You are, of course, watching Citizen AY, the platform where we speak truth to power. The song says, how long gonna go to suffer? And it's asking us a question. To be able to put an end to our collective suffering, we must begin to actively participate in our governance as mandated under Section 14.2C, 14.2A and 14.2C, and actively participate in our governance, holding our governance to account. That is the only way we'll get the infrastructure that we need. So, ladies and gentlemen, please do share this broadcast. You are, of course, watching Citizen AY, the platform where we speak truth to power. I'll back later on. Bye for now.